In today's video, I'm going to be testing out the Edge Pro Apex, a sharpening system that I've been wanting for a long time. I'm going to be testing it on two knives. One knife is a vegetable knife that doesn't cut anymore. I'm going to see if we can bring the edge back to new. The other knife is a knife that I just finished. I've just put an edge on the grinder, so I'm going to see how sharp I can get it with the Edge Pro.
I've used a couple of different sharpeners before. This first one only cost about $5, but I don't recommend this one. So you run it around along the knife like that, and it takes off steel. The problem with this one is it takes off a lot of steel. If you don't care about your knife too much, you can do it. If you have a knife you like, I wouldn't use this. So these are two meat cutting knives. This is a boning knife, and this is about the shape that it normally is. And after using that knife sharpener, this is how it looks. And this is over a long period of time, but it will take off a lot of steel. The second sharpener, and this one I do like, I used it for a long time. It's the Lansky sharpener. And this is sort of similar to the Edge Pro. You get different stones. Start with the low grit, you work your way up to the higher grit, and those rods go through the hole in there. The thing I didn't like though is it was really hard to keep the right angle as I was using them. I did get a stand for it, but the stand didn't hold up real well, so I stopped using these a while ago. So the Lansky sharpener costs from around $40 up to $85, and the Edge Pro sharpener costs $285 for the Apex. There's also a different Edge Pro that doesn't have all the stones, but if I was going to spend, I think the one before this is like $220, and the Apex was $285, and that comes with all the stones and everything else. So I just went with this one. So this is the stand, and I like this too because it comes in this bag, so if you're going to take this somewhere to sharpen knives, it makes it a lot easier. So you got a stand, the bottle for your water, you mix some soap in it. These are the higher polishing stones, and these are the other stones. These are the ones we're going to use more often. This is the honing steel. Use that after you're done sharpening. And this piece is the one where it's going to hold the angle you want. You see the different colors on there. That's to choose your angle for whatever knife you're going to be using or sharpening. Also comes with this accessory book. I am going to be getting the magnet that holds the blade on the stand, so you don't have to. Just makes it a little bit easier. Also has the instruction manual, and this will tell you what the different colors are. Comes with suction cups. I won't be able to use them since I have a wood base, but if you use it on the kitchen table, it makes it really handy. The one thing, the rod's on the wrong side, so I had to rotate it. You can see on the left there's a lot more space than on the right, so you just want to adjust it so the rod's going to be on the left. Before we start, I just put like a tablespoon of soap in the water and shake it up real good. So the black line's for serrated knives, the red is thinning knives, the green is Japanese cooking knives, the yellow is the cooking and sporting knives. That's where we're going to have it for the one I'm doing. The blue is thick blades, and the white one is for really thick blades. The yellow is for cooking and sporting knives, so that's where we're going to put it. So first we're going to apply this soapy water to the stone. You can see it just soaks it right up. So we're going to cover the whole stone. And this little piece you pull back to get the stone in there. You can see one side it's beveled. So the beveled side you're going to stick in the slot until it clicks. You can adjust this rest depending on the size of the width of your blade. And we're going to go back and forth. We're going to create a burr. And underneath the burr is really sharp, so we will have to remove the burr later in the process. We're going to just go back and forth on each stone. I don't know if you can hear it, but running my thumb along to see if I can feel the burr, and I can. There's a little bit of resistance. So then we're going to move on to the next stone. This is the 220 grit. We'll do the same thing on this one. You can already see on that edge, it's getting a little bit shinier, and it's a lot sharper. Here's the 400 grit on this one. We're also going to go back and forth. It depends on where you stop. On your last stone, you're just going to go one direction. So going this one direction removes the burr, and it just reveals that really sharp edge. And I decided I was going to do one more stone, so we're going to do the 1000 grit. This is the polishing, really polish up the edge. And same thing on this one, just go in that one direction. And it is so much sharper, no resistance at all. So that was on a knife that I made. This one should be easier. This is the vegetable knife. Now this one had a defined edge already, and it at one time was really sharp, but now there's like no edge to it. There's also the tip. I don't know what happened to this. Someone had used it, so I'm going to fix that. And there's also a chip in the blade, and you can see it's not sharp at all. I'm running my fingers right over it. So the chip in the blade is up near the tip. You can see it right there. So I'm going to take this out with a grinder, and I'm going to give the knife a tip again. Before I do that, see how sharp it is. It does cut, but just barely. And there's my Shopcat Raptor. Alright, so same, I'm not going to show all the stones on this one because I already showed them on mine, but it's the same process. And now I just went up to the 600 grit. That's really sharp after going through all the stones. Thanks for watching. I really am impressed with this knife sharpener. It's my favorite one I've ever used. Definitely worth the money. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, and I'll see you in my next one.